this is Dr. Tina right here. It's been a while. I've made multiple videos, but I haven't had the time to post them because I have to edit them and post them. But today I want to just have a short video with you about some tips for new nurse practitioners. I have read and I have also listened to multiple videos on YouTube, and some of the tips are very helpful. And I realized that I also use similar tips when I started, so I thought it's wise to share with you today. As a new nurse practitioner, my first job was in a specialty neurology clinic. Fortunately for me, I had the physician in the same clinic with me, which is very helpful. He was my go-to number one, but he has some specifics. His notes were detailed, and we were using Practice Fusion as the EMR that we had. We also had the opportunity to dictate our notes. So after seeing patients, because we don't have time to type at that time, when I started, I was bringing my notes home and all that. And later on, he told me he has a dictating app that we can use. So it's a phone number you call, you dictate your notes, and then it will type it out by the time you go to the office the following day, which was very effective and helpful. But some of the tips that I found out, I'm going to share with you. I retrieve all this information from myself and also various YouTube videos I have watched, and it helped me. I realized that after my first job as a nurse practitioner in a neuro clinic with a physician with me, it was very helpful. He was my go-to number one, and it was very helpful because he's there with me. So that one I didn't have a problem. But when I had to move on to the next job, which I was also volunteering, up to now I still volunteer in a community clinic just to give out to the community. And so I do that one too. We do have a lot of physicians and nurse practitioners over there, and so very helpful. That is where I learned so many things, such as pap smear and all that. And so I kind of pick ideas from them, and which is very helpful because if I do not know anything, they were my go-to number one, and they were there with me. But my next job that I got was a clinic. It was more of a family and urgent care clinic all together, mixed in one, like pediatric, and everybody comes in there. That was my test moment because I was all by myself. There wasn't any nurse practitioner or physician at that time. So these are the tips that I used that helped me that time. I had to build a network. My preceptor, my mentor, he was my go-to number one. Because I will find myself, my challenging aspect was interpreting labs. If I do labs and it's off, how do I interpret that? If a patient comes in and I haven't seen such a rush before, how do I do that? Those were some of the moments for me that I realized that yes, I needed help. And my go-to number one was the network I built with this mentor of mine. He became a mentor of mine because he precepted me. He did very well. And the clinic that he precepted me was a huge clinic, family/urgent and walk-ins and all that. It was a busy, tense clinic. But he was so good that he taught me so many things, and I picked on his ideas. So after all these training, he was my mentor. Anything that it come up, I had to call him and discuss with him, and he was very helpful. So you have to build a network. You have to build connection with somebody, and that will help you. Your co-workers, your colleagues, your classmates, they are all go-to. Some networks you can also pick up from will be your associations or organizations like North Texas Nurse Practitioner Association. You can join them. They do have continuing education. They meet monthly, and which I'm also a member of it, and they meet every Tuesday. Nowadays, because of the COVID, they were doing everything online. And so the time does not coincide with me. The last time I did too, the time was in a different zone and I missed it. But it was also very helpful because they would teach us some kind of disease medication, and then they would teach us about it, which was very helpful. And the good thing is you meet a whole lot of people, experienced, new, and even nurses. So you build over there and you connect over there. People even get jobs through that organization, which I think is a very helpful place to start as a new nurse practitioner. My go-to number 2, resources. What I did was that I needed to look up certain things. As a new grad, you don't have everything in mind. You cannot put everything or know everything. And so you have to consult. And some of the things that you have to consult were resources. Resources like Hippocrates has been my friend since I graduated, and I still use Hippocrates. Hippocrates has a place, and I will take a picture of how it looks and then post it on the video later on. It does have a place that says drugs. You can look up every drug there. It will tell you the name of the drug. It will tell you what class it is. It will tell you if you are prescribing for adults, pediatrics, everything. It will tell you how everything goes out there, and that's very helpful. If you buy it, it's gonna help you, and so I recommend Hippocrates. Up to date, I haven't used Up to Date that much, but a lot of people talked about it because they have some kind of charts and everything for you, and that is very helpful. So I do think that all those resources are great. So having all these resources help you build your confidence, and you can refer to them or reference that at any time to help you. Because let me tell you, even experienced nurse practitioners, I have been a nurse practitioner for 4 years now, but I still do reference. If I go to a patient's room and I do not know what the person is telling me, I do have to excuse myself, and then either I will ask. Most of the time I don't even have anybody to ask because I work by myself. But if I have a colleague or somebody there, I can interact with the person. Hey, what would you do? What would you start? That. So those you can reference from those, and that will help you. And that is a good resource. Up to Date, Hippocrates, and mentor or your preceptor or somebody you build a connection with, network. Those are very helpful, and it will help you succeed as a new nurse practitioner. Attending conferences is another way you can also even build a connection or network, and you can learn a whole lot, and even you can get some CE from there to even, so that when it's time for you, because you have to get about 75 CEs when you want to renew your license, and that is very handy. And so attending conferences and all that, and it helps. Make sure you form a team, and that will help with your knowledge. And I also try to, I'm in such a way that wherever I'm a quiet person, but when I get to a place, I love to know people. I love to talk to people, exchange numbers. And sometimes I will get to a place and somebody will approach me, and the way they will approach me and the way I will respond, there and then we become friends. And so it's been part of me. I don't know, it's been part of me everywhere I've been. Just a few even weeks ago, we had a job opportunity. I was standing there and a lady came and said, "Hey sister." That was it. I was like, "Hey sister." That's it. We became friends right there. We exchanged numbers, and I even had a video interview with her out there you can watch. And so you build connections, and that is how you can survive as a new nurse practitioner. All these things. So your resources like Hippocrates, your up-to-date mentors, co-workers, colleagues, conferences, organizations, they all help you to survive. The next step is being confident. Not overconfident, but being confident, trusting your intuition. If something comes out and you think it's critical and you can't handle it, you have to accept it and give the person to whom supposed to. Like if, let's say, the person is supposed to be sent to ER. For instance, one time I had a patient, and this patient's issue was critical. When I look at the wound the patient had, it's been a long time and this wound had gotten bad. He was diabetic and he had no idea. Automatically, I do think this is infection that has gone to maybe the blood stream. And so you have to send such a person to ER. If you have to transfer a patient or refer a patient, let's say a patient have issue with cardiac, you can refer to cardiology. If a nephrology issue, you can refer to nephrologist, and that's how it is. So surviving your first year in nurse practitioner, I want to congratulate you for a job well done, and I know you're going to succeed. So be confident, trust your gut, and then use your resources and your networking, and it will help you to succeed. You have a blessed day. Remember to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. I love you. Stay blessed. God bless you, and may God keep you until we meet again on this channel. Have a blessed day. Bye.